What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another
video.
Not
a vlog, a video. So, rewind. On my Instagram, I had posted for you guys to send us juicy questions. They're juicy. We actually sat down and did this video and then realized that...
A few times,
that it wasn't focused. And as you guys know, in our previous video of Bonita's party, we finally figured out how to focus our camera. So
now we're back in
estamos preparados, listos. We still have the questions saved on this app, and we're actually gonna just start from the bottom up. So we have questions that you guys sent para que no piensen que estamos like de mamones. That we're gonna be answering for you guys. No filter, chismosos y chismosas. Y'all like
pretty good.
Yeah, like y'all wild. So I'll go ahead and start off first.
Okay.
Estamos tomando una cervecita. 21 and older. If you're in Arizona, if you're in the United States, si estás en México, 18 años para arriba.
Open
Una
a beer, crack a beer, drink it with us while we do this video.
Okay, you guys. So I'll go ahead and start off. The first question is your worst habit.
What are you gonna start off?
Yeah. So I think my worst habit, I don't know if it's like a habit, but I feel like I am very like, I don't show emotion, and that is like good and bad, I feel. So I feel like sometimes I'm interpreted as like just being not a bitch, but like tough, you know, and I am tough.
But you're sweet.
But I'm an Aries, you guys, so I feel like I have emotions. I just always tell Bernardo that I feel like, you know, if I have problems, I don't feel like I need to put it out on the internet, because at the end of the day, I have to solve my own problems, you know, like.
Oh, we're both that way. As far as like putting it out there. You know?
So I feel like sometimes I do have to show emotion, you know, so people could know I'm human. I don't know.
Or just.
I was just telling my mom that, so
yeah.
I think that's my worst habit. You?
My worst habit is trying to please everyone.
I could agree.
Now that I thought about it.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes,
I'm a pleaser, you right? I'm a people pleaser. And I care of others, like, opinions sometimes.
No, I don't think so.
I guess I'm just a people pleaser, so.
Se ofrece demasiado.
Yeah, exactly,
I think sometimes Bernardo bites more than he can chew.
Exactly.
And sometimes he may overwhelm himself.
But I won't say anything, though.
Yeah, and do so much more that, like, que se está ahogando.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's my worst habit.
So say no.
So I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Your turn.
We gotta go.
Que chingado que loco. And then the first one.
How do you mark him as complete so we can know?
I don't know, unless we delete them. Just keep trying. Okay. I just said I did the first one.
Yes, I know. Cool. Alright, where are your parents from? So my parents are from Sinaloa. It's like a little ranchito, a little pueblo, like half away from...
half away?
30 minutes away from Los Mochis, que es una ciudad, you know, cerca ahí. So it's like 30 minutes away from there. So that's where they're from. Both of them.
My parents are from Durango. My mom was born in San Isidro, and my dad was born in Santa Maria del Oro, Durango. I know a lot of times people think that I'm from Sinaloa, but I'm not. Like.
Es que ya tiene sangre, pues es que se casó con.
No, but obviously, like, se me pegan like cosas, you know, Bernardo, like, la comida, el estilo, all of that se me pega. Like, it's like I've been with Bernardo half of my life, so se me hace que se me va a pegar las costumbres de ellos. Okay, you guys, we got a lot of these questions, so we'll just answer them right now. How many times do you guys get dirty? Okay, let's start off with this. We're not rabbits anymore, like when we didn't have kids. Obviously, when we didn't have kids, you know, ahí estábamos like, you know what I mean? Pero han cambiado los tiempos. Now, we work full time, we have 3 kids, so, you know what I'm saying? It gets hard, and it's, you know, we're tired, and Yeah, maybe a couple times a week. You know, more if it's like a great week. But realistically, I feel like when you're married and you have kids and you work and life just happens, you don't as much as you would like.
I concur. Sorry, I was trying to have this little kid.
Okay, go.
Alright,
Hey, loco.
so any exes ever disturb your peace in your relationship, past or current? No.
No, I just feel like we've been together for 13 years, so like, of course, there's been like situations, you know, with people, but I feel like me and Bernardo like usually like make jokes out of things, or you know what I mean? Like you live and learn, you move past like those etapas in your life. So no, I feel like not disturbed our peace. This one was like weird. Y'all be weird. Did you ever think about dating any of your man's family members throughout your relationship? Like a switcheroo? Or did they ever try on you? You guys, y'all wild. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's freaking weird. Like, that's weird.
You know what I've always thought? Like, it's weird when someone has like a twin. Like, I think that's...
What do you mean? Your brother has a twin.
What do you mean?
Misa. Misa's girlfriend's a twin.
No, but that's when I feel like it's not a switcheroo. It's not what I'm saying. It's a switcheroo. But I'm just saying that's when it kind of becomes kind of weird, because it's like you fade it, you get home, you're like, oh, like.
Is it A or B?
No, you know what I mean? But
no, that's weird.
But no, that never happened. You know, the switcheroo, all this other shit, like no.
Unless you have a cousin out there that Grupo Arriesgado, homie. Hey, este video no se trata de ti, loco. Vete para allá.
Any career schooling you thought you could have passed on or wish you didn't do? For me, no. Not really.
I did go to college. I have my bachelor's degree. And no, I do not regret going to school for what I went for. I do wish I would have known what to expect with nursing, just because nursing is not what it was once upon a time. Although my career has very different paths I can take and so many avenues that I can, you know, explore with my degree. So no, I actually want to go back to school and I want to get my master's in nursing. And I feel like school for me, for my kids, that's something that's very important, and Bernardo and I talk about it all the time. Not that somebody with an education is better than somebody without, absolutely not, but it's something that I am very passionate about. So yeah, I do not regret the schooling that I did. And I got grants and scholarships, so I got out of school with zero debt.
And it's crazy because a lot of people like bring it up, like, oh, how much
do you
owe?
When I was going to school, it was very hard, para no alargárselas, you guys, we were like barely living. We were literally living paycheck to paycheck. We didn't get any financial assistance as far as like food stamps or any of that. So we were literally living paycheck to paycheck. I had to be a stay-at-home mom because I was just gonna be working for daycare. So we struggled for sure. So I feel like we're both really blessed to have, you know, gotten me through school. Okay, you guys already know how it is. We have 3 kids, so it's like uno está dormido, el otro está jugando y el otro está chingando. You know what I mean? Period. Next question.
Oye, yo cuando voy a decir, you went like 3 times.
Oh yeah? I'm sorry. You guys know who wears the pants in the relationship?
¿Hay alguien que le tengas envidia? Puede ser de la buena, aunque eso no sea algo bueno. So, I don't. yo no les tengo. Hold on, let me think. Yo envidio a la gente que puede like to get up and just be like, or not even get up, but just out of nowhere, but just be like, hey, you know, like I'm gonna go get a car and I'm gonna go, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go get a car and it's gonna be whatever car, knowing damn right they might be struggling, you know what I mean? But they got the balls to just get up and go get the car, you know what I mean?
Like a Corvette, 2022 Corvette?
Yeah, like.
Pero
yeah,
fuck it.
But fuck it, you know. People that live like in the moment type of thing, where it's like, I don't give a, you know what I mean? Like they just.
That, like they're bold.
Like you got balls.
Cajones,
you know what I mean?
Yo, fíjate que le
Pero
tengo
eso es de la buena, you know what I mean? I'm not over here hating, but I'm just like, damn.
Yo sí tengo envidia. I have envidia, you guys. I told Bernardo last time. Yo le tengo envidia a la que se hace lipo y se la pagan cash. Así, like, y que se la gaste 15 veces, you know? No, I'm just kidding, you guys. I feel like, a mí no me nace, like, envidia. I feel like a mí me da mucho gusto, like, viendo a la gente superar and, like, seeing people do good or have nice things or get far in life. Like, I love that for people. Like, I truly love that. And I feel like we've been in situations where we've had not a lot and people are doing so much better than us. Y todavía, like, I can't get that shit, you know, like, no nos nace, you know, like, no nos nace. No, no siento que tengo envidia. A una persona que le tendría envidia sería, like, alguien con salud, que tenga sus abuelos, you know. I don't have grandparents, like, que tenga amor, you know, like, I don't know, like, no tengo, like, I really don't have it. My life isn't perfect, obvio, pero no.
Pues yo soy el único envidioso, pero la buena.
Okay. So I guess this question is for me. Did you get any epidural in any of your kids' labors or did you do natural? Excuse me. So with Liam, I was 20 years old. I got the epidural because I knew I wanted to be comfortable. After I got it, I slept. It was amazing. I almost had to have a C-section. So I'm glad I got the epidural. So with Jael, yo tenía planeado. I'm gonna get the epidural. I'm gonna be comfortable. Voy a dormir. I got the epidural. The epidural did not work. I sounded like a psychopath. Y para acabar de fregar, my coworker was my nurse, and I felt so bad because I was a psychopath. Like, I was in so much pain, you guys, but my labor was like 20 minutes. So Jael's delivery was natural.
It was so, like, she was going through so much pain that it rubbed off on me. Like, I felt like
my dad was there. My dad was crying and like freaking out, and you guys, it was crazy. So then with Bonita, the first thing I said was, you know, I want the epidural. I got the epidural. It was amazing, and I asked the anesthesiologist, please, you know, like, I got it with my second delivery. It did not work. Can you please just make sure that it's working?
And he had to stay there.
And he stayed. He was kind enough to stay for 5 minutes, and en un instante, like, literally, I think if I would have started pushing without the epidural, I would have had the baby. Because 5 minutes after, remember, I had the baby. So you guys, with that being said, I love moms that want to go green and have birth plans and stuff, but I have 3 children. I have 3 children, and I can tell you that none of my deliveries, none of my pregnancies, none of my postpartum, you know, situations or times were the same ever. So I literally, after my first pregnancy and delivery with Liam, I just went in with an open mind and I said, Diosito, por favor, ayúdame, que yo salga viva y mi bebé también salga vivo y sano, and because obviously things don't work out in your favor. So, and I also want to say, whatever you want to do during your delivery, no epidural, doula, no doula, home birth, water birth, whatever it is, just with any of those situations, you guys, things can change in an
Legit,
instant. So I feel like,
last
yeah, so I feel like it's just, you just have to have an open mind. From the both of you, again, we already answered this. From the both of you on the real tea, how many times a week or in a day would you really prefer to have el delicioso momientan? All this is how many times would you like to? No, loco, pues todos los días, you know what I'm saying? Like, but.
I'm imagining it right now. No, hombre, no.
Qué chido.
Nah. Take a sip.
Once upon a time.
What kind of suegros do you both plan on being with your kids, partners? A loving type or a toxico, or does it depend? Well, I'm gonna be a toxico when it comes up to my daughter. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Bernardo, I was like, what would you do if the baby was, cause not gonna lie you guys, I slept with my parents till I was like a viejona, like 15.
And I always would give her a shit about it. I've always would give you
Absolutely.
I was like, you're sleeping with your parents.
Absolutely, I love
and
my
you're
mother.
16 years old.
My mother Goose. Absolutely. So I was like, what would you do if the baby, you know, is still sleeping with us when she's 15? He's like, oh, that's cool.
I'd rather have her sleep with me than some other guy. Period.
So what kind of suegro am I gonna be? Neta, I'm gonna be chill. I'm gonna be cool. I don't know, quiero ser esas suegras que las nueras, you know, like, or yernos hate. Like, I don't want to be that. I want to be understanding and loving and nurturing. Quiero que mi yerno o mi nuera sea como mi hijo.
Or hija.
Yeah, o hija.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I feel like both of our, like, you know, both of our parents were like, I mean, your parents were always great with me. I mean, it's just, I feel like the relationship with your kids also depend, you know, it kind of rubs off. So
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely always gonna be that fun and that, you know.
Yeah, you guys, I feel like Liam is gonna, but in 10 years, Liam's gonna be 18.
I'm gonna be
10
40.
years, Bernardo's barely gonna be 40.
39. Ooh, let's start a play. I'm gonna be dancing right there in the middle.
Zapateando.
Hey.
We're gonna go get the baby really quick, you guys. One sec.
Goldies.
Hello, motherfucker. I got it.
Mama. How are you, Cotina?
Okay, you guys, we have a debut. Bonita just woke up from her little siesta, so she's still a little tired. So we're just gonna keep it pushing.
Did y'all ever like anyone else while y'all dated in school on the low? On the low? Había una, dos, por ahí. No, I'm kidding. Nah, I mean, I feel like I was very...
Que le hacías ojo, but it wasn't like as like...
Nah, they said like. O sea, ¿cuánto le decías ojo tú, güey? Nah, they said like you, like maybe have one or two line up in case the first one didn't say no.
Yeah, but I said no the first time.
And I had 2, 3 lined up.
You guys, when me and Bernardo first started dating, I remember, or not dating, I ignored him for a long time, and then I remember, like, girls would just be all over him, like, I remember walking in late to school one day, y tenía, like, 2 girls, like, on the side of him, and I was like, que naco,
Era
like,
parte del show.
naco.
Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, for real though, like, no. Like, I mean, both you and I went into high school not wanting boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like you said, you know, you didn't want a boyfriend. I was the same way. I was just like, you know what, I'm just here to play sports, learn a little bit.
You were looking at me on
No,
freshman orientation.
No, I was not. Tampoco, güey. I said, I'm going in here ready to party, ready to learn
Math?
a couple,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, and you know, play some sports. No, and in reality, like, nah, like I didn't, you know what I mean? But I saw her walking by, and I said,
Damn, Craig.
so I had to make my move, and pues aquí estamos, 18 years.
18 years old?
No, I'm kidding. Pero no, for me, no.
I feel like I feel like guys like liked me, or I talked to them, and like I'll never forget. I remember there's this like guy who like got mad because I didn't want to like talk to him like that, and I'm like, you know, like guys don't like rejection, you know.
Well, of course not.
But it's like, no seas tan like desperate, you know. Did you guys move into each other's parents' homes throughout being together? How did you really feel about it? How long did you last in their home? So yes, we were at your, both of our parents' house.
When we were pregnant with Liam.
Yeah.
When we were pregnant with Liam.
Yeah, so I remember my suegra wanted us to be at her house too. We were at my mom's because obviously it was just my parents, and Bernardo has younger siblings. Obviously back then, you know, everybody was there. But I remember your mom wanted us to be there too. So we were kind of just back and forth. And then we bought our house in our first home in 2014, 6 months. So we bought it in January, right?
Yeah, so we stayed like legit.
Oh, no. We bought it in June or July. And we had Liam in August.
So we stayed with our parents like 3 months, maybe, around there. Ever got caught by a family member or your kids doing the deed? No, we haven't.
No, but
Almost though.
we fear of it because our door doesn't lock thanks to my brother when he was giving home tours of our house when we just moved in.
No, never gotten caught. Never gotten caught. Not even that. Your mom's house or mine.
That neta, like, daba vergüenza.
Ay, sí, muy vergüenza, pero ahí está.
Pues, no sé, my mom's watching this.
Yeah, right. ¿Qué pensaron sus papás cuando los conocieron uno al otro por primera vez?
So, long story short, the way Bernardo met my mom fue, I lied and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go with a friend, but it was really Bernardo, and then I got caught. So Bernardo, as a man, was like, you know what, we gotta go to your mom's house. Like, le tengo que pedir disculpas. So he did, he went, and yeah, it wasn't like the best first impression, but I think my dad especially, I think my parents, mom, dad, respected that about him. So I think after that, that's when they started being a little bit more like lenient, because I was not allowed to bring a boy over. I was not allowed to like really date anybody. Like everything was like very like behind my mom's back, which I never gave my parents a hard time. I was always like a good kid, but I definitely had my like years of being wild.
Yeah, well, you were in high school. You were.
I was the only girl. Yeah. I never snuck out though. I just lied.
Oh, that's better.
You too?
For me, when they first met you, they loved you. I mean,
they're like, esta tiene papeles.
I mean, you know, I'm the oldest. She's, the first, she's the first girl that my mom meets. You know what I mean? My parents meet. So she
Shut up.
Like, no,
your
like
mom
actually.
knows all your girls and stuff.
No, but actually, like, man, this is my girlfriend, like, actual girlfriend. You know? And then, it's us all boys, puros talegones walking around the house. A girl comes in, my mom's like, oh my God, so.
So it was like, yeah, it was like, and your dad, like just having a girl around was different for them.
But yeah, they loved her. All right, so.
You could do mine for me.
And then it says here. All right. How happy, really happy. Oh, go ahead.
How happy, really happy are you both with your lives at the moment, or what would you improve on? So I feel like we're pretty content. We're very blessed. Like I always tell Bernardo, things could be worse, and that's how we really, that's usually like the way I think my mindset is things could be worse. So like, para no alargárselas, you guys, we had a week where my phone broke, we paid like $200 to fix it. My tire went out, blew out. We had to pay like $100 to fix it. Then my battery went out, like $300 to fix it. And like, just like thing after thing. It was just a horrible
Legit
week.
Within a week, legit.
Yeah, and we had unexpected death on my, my dad's side of the family, my half brother, my nephew. So it was just like a horrible week. But we always try to like be positive.
Just find the positive out
Yeah,
of it.
which sucks, but we are pretty content, you guys. I feel like we're always thinking of new ways of like being better or doing better things. You know, like I always tell Bernardo, there's no place. I mean, we never want to be comfortable. That's somewhere we don't want to be, just because that means you're not continuing to grow, and I feel like that's very important. So we're very comfortable. We have lots of things that we're planning on doing and goals that we're trying to achieve long and short term. So, but we're very content. We're very blessed. Gracias a Dios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what she said. Relationship advice for toxic family members butting in to your relationship. Help us sis out.
First of all, sis, you're not alone. There's lots of people that could relate.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like every family has that certain person or just goes through a situation like this. Especially in the Hispanic, like our culture. I feel like our culture, we're very nosy. We're very like, no, pero she needs to do this, or you need to do that. Que ella takes care of the kids. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's always that
entitlement.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like with this, for me, I mean, we've always talked about it. It's just setting your boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, let your significant other know. And I learned this the hard way. You know what I mean? Because me and April's gone through certain things like this. So, like, we can definitely give you advice. You know what I mean? Like, we've been through it. We've been through it all. You know what I mean? So I just feel like setting those boundaries is very important. You know what I mean? Just being blunt with your
and that doesn't
partner.
mean your partner and family. I feel like that doesn't mean that you have to be disrespectful. I feel like just understanding, for example, for us, I feel like especially after we got married, we had to understand, I'm your wife and your children come first. Although that doesn't mean that you disregard your mom, because I feel like I'm very understanding with Bernardo because I have older siblings. So yo por eso I let him go out, I let him have his boys' night, I let him buy things, do things, you know, because I know how my brothers as men are. So I got to experience that. So I always like make jokes and I'm like, I think I was a boy in my past life or something. But I do feel like you have to set boundaries, and like I said, although you know, you have your mom and dad, brothers, blah blah blah, there does come a point where it's your spouse and your children first. And just respecting each other, you know, like también no puedes estar. Okay, so you guys, I feel like I do also think that sometimes this question could get a little bit like blurry, because you also have to like put yourself in others' position too, you know, like you can't expect, like, o sea, you can't just think that you're always right as the partner, you know. Maybe estás cometiendo un error y tú no lo ves, y tu pareja no está haciendo lo de su parte diciendo, hey amor, estás equivocada, you know, because sometimes you do need that, and sometimes you're wrong, you know what I mean? And I feel que es la responsabilidad de la pareja de decirte, babe, la cagaste.
Yeah.
Babe, you know what, babe? Her intention was not that. Let's sit down and have a conversation like adults.
Yeah, you guys, it has to, yeah, exactly.
Communication,
Exactly,
that's
communication,
it.
that's where it's at. It's like, si tú no te sientes comfortable of being able to, you know, say, hey, you know what, babe, you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong, da da da. If your girl, if your partner, or your guy, whatever, te da la contraria and she's not okay with that, that's something that I feel like you just, I just feel like you really need to like step back and really think like, all right, whoa, I know that the intentions of X, Y, and Z are this, but she's taking it this way. That's when you have to put in your part and explain that, you know, and make it clear and go through her or his head that this is the way, you know, this is the way it is, and That's
Or
it.
you know what? Let's sit down and have a conversation, kind of thing. Just because you can't assume one, and you guys' communication is like the best thing that you can ever have in a relationship. Period.
Right.
So our advice to you is communicate and set boundaries and
From the get-go.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Boundaries.
I think this one might be. Oh no, for us. Any rude client stories or embarrassing stories you've had with a client? No names needed, just the story.
I feel like for me as a nurse, like I've dealt with so many crazy things.
Stories.
Like
We
nos
can
rayan
be
la
here
madre,
for
you know what I
days
mean? Like
with
there's
this
just so
story.
many things that nurses go through that are unacceptable. But you just had a good one not long ago about the guy. Some guy had texted Bernardo, so he has an LLC. Well,
Not perfect, you know what I mean? So I can't go over here and tell you certain things that. No, I just.
I don't know. I mean, me choca when people act like they're just like, and it's like,
Boy.
If you don't get
Alright, so every time I exit out of the app, it kind of just goes back to.
this question's for me. How long did you wait until being intimate after a baby? I think like the 40 days. La cuarentena. Tag it right here, link it or show it right here. And he had somebody text him about a service. Bernardo replied. Somehow this man interpreted as whatever Bernardo texted as it being his second language. And he pretty much was just like, I like clear communication. I was a infantryman or something.
Yeah, and like the arm.
So Bernardo was like, oh, he just left it. And I was like, no, respectfully,
Yeah.
no, like that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you're infantry. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't
Obviously,
care
you're
if
reaching
you're
out for a service that you can't do.
Yeah, because you don't want to.
Or you don't got the time. So you're reaching out. So the fact that you are mad at me for X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? And just the fact, just the way he approached the situation just wasn't
Yeah,
right,
it's like,
you know
who
what I
was
mean?
talking about second languages and,
Yeah.
you know, like, it was uncalled for. So I respectfully told Bernardo, like, I typed it for him and I was like, it looks like you won't be needing my services, which is very much respect. You know, old school me would have been like, you know, like, but that's not acceptable. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're a hobo. Like, you treat people with respect, because una persona que se da a respetar, lo respetan.
Mm-hmm.
O su moda de ser, you know?
Okay, what's the next one? It goes back and. Alright.
The worst advice you've ever given? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean.
I don't like to give advice.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to
I don't
say
like
that.
to give advice because, first of all, I'm not perfect. My life isn't perfect. Like, if you ask me for advice, I'll do my best, you know. ¿Por qué jodes? Shh, siéntate allí.
Tienes la paleta, ¿eh? No vayas a tocarla.
I don't know. I don't really give
Yeah.
advice unless you ask for it.
I don't. I don't have like a story to tell you where I give bad advice. So this one's for you again.
Did you ever take a plan B throughout your womanhood? No. We've had scares.
Yeah.
Plenty of scares.
But never. Hey, I'm gonna go Walgreens and buy you a Plan B.
I just downed like 10 beers. I'm just kidding.
Have you done a petty recently? How often do you do? I haven't
You
done.
clearly need one, bro.
Yeah, I really do.
You absolutely.
I like getting petties, but I go
Yeah, self-care.
I go like maybe. Like for me, ideally would be nice if I go once every month, but it's been over a month.
Oh yeah, those toes be looking like they haven't gotten love for like 3 months. Siéntate ahí como niño bonito, educado. You guys, I usually like to go every 2 to 3 weeks. My girl Sophie, love you, girl.
Alright, so any rude client stories? We already answered that. The worst advice you've given, already answered that. What's your man into more? Your ass or your boobs? I like the ass, but I just always been
A bum man.
Yeah.
I didn't always have big boobs. I always had like regular schmegular boobs.
Regular
I've always
schmegular.
had like a nice little butt.
Yeah, I've always been a butt person, so that answers your question. Netflix and chill.
If you're trying to have a party at 5, that's cool.
You bring the popcorn, boy.
Boy.
It was probably, Netflix and chill, I don't know. They put Netflix and chill, question mark. Oh,
With the eyes.
No.
Hey, loco, siéntate.
This is shit like that. Pulparindo. Alright.
Sorry to bring this up, but I remember you guys made a video where you mentioned Bernardo and yourself splitting up. What happened? Me being nosy. Okay, you guys, so me and Bernardo have been together. Okay.
Long story short.
Siéntate. Me and Bernardo have been together. Hi, okay. Entendemos que estás comiendo un pulparindo bien rico. Me and Bernardo have been together for 13 years, you guys. Obviously, we were 15 and 16. 15 and 16. So we have learned, grown, lived life, matured together. There was things that we didn't agree with, people that we let kind of interrupt our peace. We let just a lot kind of happen, you know, for us to get to a point in our relationship where we just said, you gotta work on you. Si Dios quiere, we'll get back together. If not, it is what it is.
Right.
Kind of thing. So, yeah, we've broken up in between our relationship, and then we've separated in our marriage.
But never got an actual divorce. Just separate.
There was one time where we were gonna get a divorce.
Yeah, there was one time. Yeah.
Or we were gonna get a divorce.
But aquí estamos, you know what I mean? Like,
And you guys, nobody's perfect. Like, we're, again, we said, we kind of touched on this. We're not perfect, but la relación entre Bernardo y yo es entre Bernardo y yo. You know, we never want this to come off as like a Cinderella story, because it's really not. We've been through a lot of things. But again, you know, for example, when we were separated, nobody knew.
yeah, exactly.
Because I wasn't going to go bash the father of my son. He wasn't going to go talk about me to X, Y, and Z. You know, like, that's just not our style. Y hasta la fecha, you know, like, we hear rumors, we hear things that he talked to, I dated, I this, I that, and we literally communicate with each
That's
other.
what I was gonna get at, is that, again, it's just communication. Like, our communication just got way better. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
1000%.
after, you know, I feel like after all the, you know, our split ups and, you know, us going through stuff like that, like, our communication just went like this. And I just feel like that's really, again, that's really where it's at. Just communicating, expressing yourself, you know, making sure she knows how you feel, vice versa, and that's how it is. And that's the key.
Okay. I love you guys. Just wanted to let y'all know, keep making these vlogs. Though I'm here for it. We're here for you, sis.
Love that.
We're almost done.
Any relationship advice you both can give to keep the spark flowing, since you guys obviously have been together for years. P.S. Love you, love your beautiful family, and can't wait to see this video. We love you too, girl. Or,
We kind of just touched on this too.
yeah, communication, right? The key for like actual relationship advice, but they're asking to keep the spark flowing, so kind of keep the
Dates.
yeah. I feel like for guys, just, you know, get some roses for your girl here once in a while. Like, I'm not saying go every paycheck you get buy roses, you know what I mean? Just get some roses from Fry's, anything, you know what I mean? Like, anything that she's just like, oh, like, I didn't expect that, you know what I mean? So that, go on dates, you know, take her out, like, even if it's to, I don't know, like,
El Capri.
somewhere, just take her out, you know, away from the kids, away from the home, you know, from the routine, you know what I mean? I feel like that for me, that's what it is.
And figure out what your love language is, because my love language is acts of service. So Bernardo, like screwing things, putting things apart, like putting things, fixing things. That just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just so attractive to me. So I love that. For him, it's like words of affirmation, right?
Yeah.
So, babe, you're doing amazing. You know, things like that. Just figure out what your love language is, and like, don't forget about you guys, because sometimes when you have kids, like, you forget about.
You forget you're in an actual relationship, like, you know. So, all right, you guys. So.
We're almost done, and our camera's done.
Have you ever cried during a movie?
I literally cried on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. I cry when I'm driving by like the street, seeing kids sell things. Like, I'm crying all the time.
Yeah, I have cried. I'm very emotional. Like, I've cried on movies. I mean, there's a few out there that I've cried. Are you guys having any more babies?
So this question and the last question go hand in hand.
Oh, is it? Is Bernardo gonna get a vasectomy? Breaking news.
Attention!
You guys, so yeah, since May, I got my vasectomy. So, no more kids. Definitely, like, it's been, like, April and I have had this conversation for, I want to say,
a long time.
Yeah.
Definitely after Bonita, like.
But even Bonita, we're just like, hey, this is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were even okay having a boy. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's time for us. You know, it's time for us to adventure. It's time for us to be more selfish. I just feel like that. I mean, as sad and horrible as that sounds or may sound, like, I just feel like it's time for us to have our time. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, travel, do whatever. Like, yeah, we're gonna travel with the kids, but I just want, you know, for us to do whatever we wanted to do or been wanting to do. And then, no, you guys, April did not put a gun on my head and tell me, you better get this done.
I did not force him. I feel like, okay, in our culture, es una cosa, oh my God.
Ya te capaste.
Ya, Bernardo, ay, no me dijo, comadre. You know what I mean? First of all, otra vez vamos a clarificar, esto es entre marido y mujer.
Yeah.
No la tía, la prima, la abuela, nobody. That has nothing to do with anybody. This was a conversation we both had and we both agreed with. It was either him or I even told him I'll do it, because we literally got to a point where we're just like, this is as much as we can handle for our lifestyle. 3 kids is a lot, and we love our kids to death, but that's just what works for us. And we just got done paying my hospital bill, the baby's hospital bill, and me going to outpatient procedure was just gonna skyrocket again, you know. And Bernardo went in, he got out in a second.
Within 10 minutes. So,
and it was covered with insurance, and honestly, like, it was the best decision that we've made together as a couple. I feel like I respect Bernardo a trillion times more. My mom, like my dad, you know, like, I'm sure his parents, like, it's something que le agradezco de todo corazón, because again, in our culture, it's very like forbidden, and oh my God, Bernardo. And you guys, when we talk about this conversation with people, él sabe, you know, like, we're okay with having a conversation. Bernardo's okay with me talking to my friends about it. Bernardo's okay, you know what I mean? Like, us talking about it. No es algo de vergüenza. No, this is not something that's like shameful. This is something, again, that I feel like is, I appreciate you. I love you so much for doing this, you know, for our family. And
yeah, and I just feel like as a guy, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I just, the women go through so much, you know what I mean? Women go through so much. This is just a little token of appreciation of what she's given me. You know what I mean? You've given birth to my kids, beautiful kids. You risked your life going through all that. I love you for that. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, 10 minutes out of my day that's all it took. 10 minutes out of my day. Wow, I did research, right? Obviously, do your research. If you guys are thinking of doing this, do your research. I did my research prior to this. few months, you know. I didn't even tell April.
Yeah, he booked his appointment and everything. He told me when he was already.
I was like, hey, I have it this day, the week of. You know what I mean? It's like, don't work this day. I need you to drive. You know what I mean? But in a nutshell, you guys, like the procedure is so quick. It was so easy. The
Nothing
doctor that I
changes.
went was nothing changes. Yeah.
For everybody that's like, oh my God, okay, this and that. It's just you're shooting blanks. Now.
Yeah, you know, that's poderoso anda al 100. You know what I mean? Like you good. Like so. If you guys are interested, fellas out there, you guys are.
If you guys want Bernardo to do like a Q&A or something about it, like let him know, because I feel like this is something that people want to know about but don't.
Or maybe they're just too
you know,
embarrassed.
or yeah, you're too embarrassed. Like, no, this is not something to be embarrassed about. It is a medical procedure. It's just like if women get their tubes tied. So
it was great though. Like the doctor, the experience, everything was great.
I feel like he was a character.
Yeah,
he was a good time. So.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, so that concludes our Q&A. We hope you guys enjoyed this video and all the interruptions that we had with our kids and all of your questions. Hopefully it's not too long, but hopefully we touched on everything as much as we could have.
Yeah.
Or if you guys want a
maybe we can do a part two. Maybe we
let
can
us
do it
know.
Yeah,
and let us know what you guys want to see next. We definitely want to do like a day in the life of or a routine kind of video. So yeah.
So what April said, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.